party hand clasp, and away we go. E2, E4. Alireza can play, it seems to me, virtually everything, and suddenly a Caro Kann. What can I say?
My favorite openings. Can't help but root for Caro Kann.
Exactly. The two knights, and again, this Queen E2 business. Inviting knight takes F6. Yes.
Who was it against? Do you think it was against Levon?
It could very well have been. This particular setup with the bishop on F5, here, if you're white, virtually the only way of getting any edge is to play with knight H4, going for the bishop, and with the move G2, G3, so that your bishop will be on this long diagonal. Now, I've had a good deal of success on the black side of these positions, so I don't feel uncomfortable. Let's put it that way.
You don't mind the double pawns and open G file?
No. But here, by the way, the move E5, now that for me is an overreach, because I would not have played this bishop G2 right away. I would have played knight to H4, and if the bishop goes back to G6, I would then play bishop to H3. I'm sure with the pawn on E5, Alireza is planning to put his bishop back on the E6 square after knight H4.
He also plans to just attack on the king side and tuck away his king on the queen side with long castle.
In anticipation. Guess what the move rook B1 signals? B2, B4, put your king on C8 so that I can play B5 and this bishop. As we know, we like our Catalan bishops, is lurking on the long diagonal. Again, for me, an earlier knight H4 would have been better. I think that would have strongly discouraged any kingside attack,
right?
Because it's not easy to break through.
He still has that option. Knight will block everything on H file if he plays knight H4.
Knight B6, a fine defensive move, taking some sting out of A4, making it difficult for white also to launch the queen sides. D3 would be hanging in this case.
Should white just develop bishop D2, rook B3?
Okay, rook B3 is an indication that he does
play C4.
Want to launch the queen side. C4, C5, B4, B5, and again, blasting open that diagonal.
No more knight H4 for white. He waited a little too long.
Your creativity allows you a wide options of attacking
It's
moves.
very hard for black to find a good move because there's no breakthroughs,
By the way,
no useful moves.
the defensive move, rook d1, actually comes with
Right.
some sting.
Absolutely.
There is a d3, d4. I agree the rook on d1 isn't defended, so I'm not necessarily attacking the e5 pawn. But, okay, this is a clear indication. He has to, but now that you can't play c6, c5, b5
The
looks,
bishop's now gonna start participating in the attack, the white squared bishop.
as my friend Jeremy someone would say in such positions, my turn! That he'd gleefully play b5. And there goes a pawn sacrifice.
Just to keep the files closed for now.
Yeah.
He's trying his best, but
He has e5, e4, but it doesn't really do very much. And also, knight e4 followed by knight e6 check at some point might be a very deadly,
whoa.
reply.
Alireza down to 30 seconds.
He has to.
And here we go, knight to d4 to c6.
c7 though. Knight e4 is a bit awkward. We don't have to. It's a very good square, and honestly, it probably wins. But after queen c7, you probably immediately have to start sacrificing.
Knight c6 check, though.
Takes king a8.
I'm thinking that maybe
Rook
even
d7.
e6 here is good enough for white and just sacrifice the knight completely.
a6? So that
Yeah,
after
I
captures
don't
of the
disagree.
queen takes f3?
If Lev ends up playing knight e1, I think it's also completely fine. But knight e4, queen c7, and he has to have a decision here. Bishop takes a7 maybe is a decent decision
Knight
actually.
c6 might be working.
Bishop a7 and then b6, b8 check, put the knight on b5 also seems completely winning, to be honest.
Be honest. Best policy. Bishop takes a7. That's ripping open black's pawn shield. Nothing wrong with that one. I like that move. I'm sorry to say that my eyes, for some reason, were trained on knight c6, force opening up the b file, and then I was thinking after king a8 just to bring the
It's gotta be
queen
winning.
and the rook over, and he's done it. He's gone for the piece sacrifice as opposed to bishop takes a7. I mean, he just felt that this has to be the way to go.
Where's the clean final blow? Rook db1
b1.
maybe.
Rook to b1,
Yeah, rook db1 looks very strong.
followed by queen to b2.
And if rook
Rook
takes
b7.
d3 here, we go queen d3, rook b8 and c7.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, we're gonna have to show that when we get a moment. But knight to d6, Alireza doing his best, defending against rook b7, but rook, no,
Just take the pawn.
see, take the pawn. He's done, and wow! Remember, I said the bishop on g2 is going to be
this
an
is over.
all-star. Well, guess what?
This is over.
Bishop on g2 is going to be an all-star.
Oh, great.
Wow.
Win by Levon.
We're not going to
Taking down the
analyze this one. We're going to go